Hi everyone, so I have just finished filming my KFC toasted twister chicken wrap recipe. Yeah! Somebody's home from nursery and being very energetic. Yeah, you. Sorry. So I'm gonna this is just a little introduction. I will put the ingredients in the drop down description of the video bar. Is that what it's called? I don't know. But I hope you like it. I really enjoyed eating it. So yeah, I'll say thanks for watching now and enjoy. Abby, can you say enjoy your chicken wrap? So the ingredients for the Slimming Well chicken are, I have to shut the door. So here we have the ingredients, obviously chicken. Now I've laid it between two pieces of cling film because I'm going to bash it with a rolling pin. I've got some couscous, that's 125 grams of couscous, 200 ml of boiling water, 2 chicken oxos and some fajita seasoning. This is the seasoning that I use. I'm not sure if it's free. I've been too much of a scaredy cat to check it. So if you want to check it and see if it syns, feel free. But I don't usually syn it. An egg. And then for the wraps, I use the Weight Watchers wraps. They're 5.5 syns each. Some sweet and crunchy salad, which I'll chop up, some tomatoes, which I'll chop up, and some cheese singles. 2 of these are your healthy extra A choice. So you want to start by adding hot water to your seasoning to your couscous and your hot water, and just giving that a good mix through. Once it's nicely mixed, just cover it with a plate and leave it to stand for about 5 minutes. While the couscous is standing, I've got my 2 chicken breasts on the side here between the cling film, and I'm just going to flatten them out so they're an even thickness. Okay, so that's that. And then I'm going to trim them in half. So I'll trim these chicken breasts in half, just straight down the middle, and any manky bits I'm just going to trim off. And there we have it, the chicken's ready to be coated. It's been 5 minutes, so I'm just going to fluff the couscous up with a fork. Just make sure it's all nicely broken up. Okay, and I'm just going to add 1 egg to that. So this amount is enough to probably coat about 3 chicken breasts. So I've got a little bit too much here for what I'm doing today, but if you're feeding 3 people or 2 people, this amount would be enough. Any more than that, I would double this mix, just because you don't want to run out. It has happened to me a couple of times that I've come to the end of coating my chicken breast and I have literally run out of the mix, so there's one sort of naked chicken breast on its own. So I'm just going to mix the egg in. It sort of binds the couscous back together, but the egg sort of makes it so it goes crispy in the oven, but so it sort of sticks to the chicken breast a bit better than if it were just the couscous on its own. Last time I made it, I thought, oh, it doesn't look sticky enough, I'm going to add another egg, and I did, and it didn't go quite as crispy as the other time I made it. So just you know, just go with it. 1 egg is enough for 125 grams of couscous and 200 ml of water. So there is the mix made. I'm going to coat the chicken now and put it on a tray sprayed with fry light. We have the chicken, the couscous and my tray of fry light, and I'm going to coat it now. You can wear gloves for this if you want to. It's completely up to you. It can be quite messy. So you just sort of have to press the couscous on. It does fall off a bit and it won't be perfect, but you cover it as much as you can, and you'll get that nice crispy effect. So I'm just going to show you this one and then crack on with the others, because it can be a little time consuming if you want to try and perfectly cover them, which I do try my best. You don't have to. It looks a bit unappetizing really. When I first made it, I was like, oh God, what is this going to taste like? But as long as you season the couscous well, and you can season the couscous with whatever you want. You don't have to use what I've used. I think if you want that sort of KFC taste, it's quite essential to use some sort of chicken seasoning or stock cubes, but otherwise you can just put whatever you want in it. But yeah, I was like, oh, it looks gross, what is that going to taste like? But it is really nice. So there's one done, and I'm just going to lay that on my tray. There is the chicken all coated nicely with the couscous and ready to go in the oven. So I'm going to put that in now and chop my salad and tomatoes to go in the wrap. I like to make my wraps as close to the KFC twister wraps as I can. So I just like to dice some fresh tomato to go in there and some just crispy lettuce salad. And then I usually add sort of a syn of very light mayonnaise and a syn of barbecue sauce, and with the cheese that makes it sort of extra nice. And do you know what, in fact, I'm going to try and do tonight when I put my wrap together, I'm going to try and do it like a toasted twister and maybe char grill the wrap once everything's inside it. So obviously I will record that as I'm doing it. So the the tomato, I just separate it up and then slice it into small slices and then chop it in to dice. The lettuce salad, I've just taken a handful out of the bag and I'm just going to shred it up just so it's a bit finer to go through the wrap. You can just use plain lettuce if you like, but I really like these bags of salad with the carrot and the cabbage in them too. I forgot to mention, obviously, with the wrap, it's 5.5 syns, but you could use the gluten-free bfree wraps, which you can get from Asda, and they are sin-free and they can be your B choice. Unfortunately, the Weight Watchers ones aren't a B choice, but for 5.5 syns, I think it's sort of like a nice little treat, sort of a fake Slimming World style KFC toasted twister. So there we have my tomato and my salad chopped, ready to go in the wraps. So the chicken's been in the oven for about 15 minutes on gas mark 6. So I'm just going to flip it over so it gets nice and crispy on both sides. Now I usually cook it on a wire rack, but today I'm just trying it on a tray to see if it comes out better, because sometimes some of the couscous gets stuck all in the holes of the rack and the bottom of the chicken ends up a bit naked. So but so far so good. I'm just going to give it a little spritz with fry light and a little bit of salt and pepper, or a lot of pepper. Depends how you like it, and pop that back in the oven for another maybe 10 minutes. Kieran, I'm filming.
What?
Filming.
Oh, sorry.
And you're going, oh, farty bum in the background. Okay, so the chicken is cooked and I'm just going to slice it up now to put in the wrap so you can hear how nice and crispy it is. Lovely. Oh, it's a little bit hot. I'm just going to get a fork.
It tends to be hot when it's come out the oven.
Thanks for that, Kieran. So the couscous sometimes will fall off if you're cutting it up, but you still get the nice crunchy effect. Woo. And now I'm going to put my wrap together and then stick it on the grill. I'm going to start with putting my sauce on. I'm going to have 1 tin of barbecue. Spread that all over. Doesn't go a very long way, does it really? And I'm going to have 1 tin of mayonnaise. You can put any sauce in it that you like. Nice. And I'm just gonna spread that all over. So lovely. And then I'm gonna put my chicken in. That's roughly 1 chicken breast there. In fact, I'm going to take a little bit out because I'm a bit worried I'm not going to be able to shut it. I'll probably have a little bit of the chicken on the side with it as well. Add some tomato. Some salad. And then 2 slices of cheese for my healthy HexA toast today. And then I'm going to wrap it all up nice and tight as well, as tight as possible. And then I'm going to just put it onto this char grill. Can you see that? Which I've preheated. And let that melt all the nice cheese inside. And here's the finished product: a Slimming World KFC style toasted twister chicken wrap.